the Live with Brandon Blakey podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakey, aka Brandon Lee TV, back at it again with another banger, my friends. Y'all know the vibes. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. So it is official. The coin toss was just flipped by the SEC commissioner, and South Carolina is claiming the #1 seed in the SEC tournament. What that means is they will probably play Tennessee, which I think is a tougher matchup than seeing Ole Miss for Texas. So they kind of got the easier draw in the first round. But for South Carolina, this means they are the top seed once again. This means they get a little bit of extra rest. They get the early game when they do play on Friday, which gives them more time to scout, which gives them more time to game plan, and just gives them an edge, man, to really prepare for their matchup, whoever it may be. We know the SEC tournament is going to be a gauntlet regardless, not any type of easy matchups in this contest, man. But the fact that this crazy conference season comes down to a coin toss. I mean, what is this Friday Night Lights? Like, what is going on, man? I can't believe we're in a day and age where this did come down to a coin toss. And I mean, it would have been, I don't know what y'all would have suggested. They could have went to point differential. They could have went to strength of schedule. They could have let them play it out in a series. None of us would have been mad at Texas versus South Carolina version 3. And obviously, the Texas crowd took it hard. The Texas players took it hard because this was a decision and an outcome that was out of their hands up until this point. The two teams split. South Carolina definitely got a more impressive victory, beating them by double digits. But we knew that this was a possibility a month ago, that this could come down to a simple coin toss, man. So in that aspect, I will say I feel like the SEC kind of failed women's basketball. But on the other spectrum, South Carolina did everything they were supposed to do to win the SEC regular season title, a share of it with Texas, and to get that #1 seed. Both squads were deserving. Both sides were deserving, but it just adds even more drama that's coming up with this tournament, man. Because the SEC tournament is about to be absolutely nuts. I can't believe that it came down to a coin toss. Like, this is a Disney movie waiting to happen. SEC got to learn they got to do better moving forward, but that's no knock to South Carolina. Like, they were very deserving for this spot. They played a very tough schedule. They went through and made it through the gauntlet of the SEC. So you got to salute to them, and you got to just, really look forward to the tournament that's coming up, man. I'm guessing they'll get Tennessee. We'll see. And that's a team that played them tough the first time around. Texas probably will get Ole Miss. They're down 10 to LSU right now. So, I mean, for both teams, man, no easy matchups. One team had to be disappointed. There was only going to be one. We knew that. But the anticipation and the build-up from that coin toss, and then it was just kind of like a sigh of relief, but also like, all right, the drama's over. Now we finally know where the standings will be when this tournament kicks off. But the SEC, man, has just been an up and down gauntlet. We've seen teams lose. We've seen upsets. We've seen blowouts. We've seen breakout stars like Michaela Blake's down there at Vanderbilt, who I'm expecting maybe to make some noise in this tournament. Like, we've seen so much. It's felt like an emotional roller coaster. And for it to all come down to a coin toss is almost comedy. I mean, it's almost hilarious at this point, man. But both teams handle business today. And I mean, it feels like, it's inevitable depending on how Oklahoma, Kentucky, LSU, if they can get Flau'jae Johnson back in time. Like, they will all have something to say, but it seems like it's destiny between Texas as well as South Carolina to match up one more time in that SEC tournament championship game, man. It's exciting. It's exciting. I'm excited for the tournament. I think some big things are going to come, big storylines, breakout stars. There's going to be some shocking upsets. And whoever is left standing last out of the SEC, whoever wins this tournament will be battle tested more so than just about any other team in the country. But it all comes down to a coin flip. And I know both teams were nervous. Coach Don Staley was saying how she was wanting Texas to drop a game. She knows they wanted them to drop a game. Like, it all came down to a coin toss, people. A coin toss. South Carolina wraps up that number one seed, fourth straight SEC regular season, either a share or sole owners of that regular season title. We talked about how Coach Don Staley said that the 2021 class is her most winningest class in the history of the program. I mean, they go through 4 years of basketball, four SEC titles, two national championships with a chance to win the third one. You think of Raven Johnson. Will she go pro now? I mean, we saw her participate in this senior day. Will she go pro? She hasn't really addressed that decision so far. We don't know if she's coming back. But that's something to keep an eye on because Raven Johnson was definitely participating in the senior ceremonies today, I should say, with her family there and everything. So it seems like maybe, possibly, I don't want to speculate, but it seems like she could be making that move to go ahead and jump to the WNBA, which I think, she would be a solid backup point guard for any roster that is needing a backup point guard to come and run that second unit to defend. Who is she's not known as a scorer, but she can score the basketball. The jump shot will definitely be something to work on. But with her IQ, her rebounding ability, her assist, her ability to play make and read the floor, Raven Johnson, I think, does have a future in the WNBA, as well as Breezy Hall and Sanaya Fagan, man. This class in 2021 has done something historical. They've done nothing but win games. And I think, too, in this day and age where you're talking about players transferring for not getting playing time, like they all waited their turn. They all waited their turn. Raven hit the floor first, went through some injuries, but I think they all matured as people, as players. They wrote it out, played behind a lot of WNBA talent, learned the system, earned Coach Don Staley's trust, and have all been contributors, man. So I think, this senior class is super special. They've had their trials, tribulations. They've been called out for underperforming, especially this season. This is the most that they've ever lost in their careers at South Carolina, and they have just continued to push through the pressure, get knocked down, and get back up again, man. But this class is truly special. Breezy Hall, knockdown shooter, elite defender, really waited her turn to become a starter for the first time last year. And Sanaya Fagan, talk about waiting your time, man. I mean, she really didn't get legitimate playing time till really this year, last year, I should say, and then this year too, but really last year. This is her first year. She waited 4 years to be a starter, man. So, you got to salute the patience, the poise, the trust, the belief in this program, in this culture, how they help carry the torch to the next generation, like a Tessa Johnson, like a Malaysia Fool Wiley, like a Joyce Edwards. Like they have really set the tone and been great leaders and role models for this program over the last 4 years. You talk about four SEC titles, man, like unprecedented, two national championships, unprecedented, like winning big ball games, and they've all three contributed. They've all been pillars of this program for several years. And I think it just shows a testament when you talk about the classes that have come through South Carolina and Don Staley's tenure, and she herself is put in this class in elite company, saying it's the most successful, most winningest. Like the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie, man. I think that it just shows a lot of character for this team. I think that they have been the backbone of this team, even if it hasn't always shown up in the box score in production. Even if they have lost minutes to other players or lost opportunities, they've continued to be leaders. They've continued to keep the energy up, keep the morale up, be present even when they're not on the court, going hard in practice, just setting that standard and remaining and carrying that standard that was established even before they got there, man. So I think senior day was super special for this 2021 class. I'm wondering if Raven Johnson is deciding to make that leap to the WNBA, or will she come back and run the show next year and use that, use the year that she has left? I don't know. I'm not trying to speculate, but her family was there. She participated in all the senior day ceremonies and shenanigans, and she was there. So I'm just saying, there may be, a little writing on the wall there that could be her decision. But salute to them, man. This class has earned everything. They have been gritty. They have been grinding for the last 4 years. They've taken everybody's best shot. They've taken criticism, and they've continued just to hold their heads high, man. And this success, like we will be talking about this class in 10 years when they come back to visit. Yo, Tournament Tessa was absolutely in the building. And I released a video earlier talking about the emergence of Tessa Johnson as well as March Tahina Pow Pow. So y'all definitely go check out that video. But yeah, man, this class I think was just a very special class. Like salute to everything that they've accomplished. And they go out with a bang right now. They're not even saying they're going out with a bang because they're not done yet. They get the number one seed. They get a share of the regular season title, but they are absolutely not done yet. This team has national championship aspirations, man. If this class goes out with a third national championship and goes out as back-to-back champions, I mean, we got to be talking about one of the best classes in women's college hoops history, period. Not just South Carolina, but women's college hoops, period, man. Like Sanaya Fagan, along with Raven Johnson, along with Breezy Hall, man, this 2021 class has just been incredible. And I know it's one of the most fan favorite classes of South Carolina as well, man. South Carolina Gamecock Nation, y'all ride for Raven Johnson, man. And you gotta love the energy. She overcame a lot when they lost that championship and they had to replace 5 starters. Like, man, that embarrassment that she suffered on a national scale, one of the most watched NCAA game ever for women's. Caitlin Clark waving her off, and she came back and got her revenge the next season, man, with 5 new starters, bro. Like, you talk about perseverance and overcoming adversity. She could have just shut down and really got down on herself. And Raven Johnson showed that just determination, that dog, that she wasn't going to be stopped. I mean, that's just a testament to this 2021 class, man. And you just gotta salute them. Just a testament to this class. This senior class is special, and they have been. They're not the most highly touted, wasn't the most, decorated coming into, didn't have the highest expectations of any class to ever come in South Carolina. But when you talk about them reaching their peak and just doing nothing but winning, man, you gotta salute them. You gotta salute them. But yeah, we know. I wanted to talk about that 2021 class and just how special they were, man. And the senior day, I don't know if Raven Johnson's gonna go pro, but she was participating in all the senior day ceremony activities today. Had her family there, had the jersey, like she was honored today as a senior. So I'm just saying, maybe she is giving us that writing on the wall that she's headed to the WNBA. That will be something to monitor. But I tell you what. This team is playing great basketball. They handled Kentucky, did a great job with Georgia Moore, first forced turnovers, had like 10 steals. Tahina Pow Pow was back in her bag, just on both sides of the floor, pep in her step. Love what we saw. I think Tessa Johnson shot the lights out. One of the best three-level scorers on this team, if not the best. Hit the three. Teams tried to run her off the three. She hit them with the ball fake, got to the mid-range game, went out, got to the cup and scored as well. Like March Tessa is in full effect, and it's looking like, man, we'll have a rematch between Tennessee and South Carolina. Guys, if this is your first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share. Join our memberships. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV as well. Thank y'all so much for joining in to the live. Like we mentioned, man, the SEC number one top seed in the tournament came down to a coin toss that benefited South Carolina today. Yeah. And this team is rolling heading into the tournament. Them and Texas. I mean, no disrespect to OU, no disrespect to LSU, no disrespect to Kentucky, but it seems like we're destined to see round 3 Texas versus South Carolina, man. And if that is the case, I'm expecting a straight dogfight for that tournament title. Whoever comes out of the SEC, man, is going to be battle tested. I just saw Alabama, play a really tough game today as well against OU. That was a really good game. Ole Miss and LSU going at it right now. Like this SEC tournament, I think it's going to be somewhat unpredictable. There's going to be upsets. There's going to be great storylines. There's going to be breakout stars. Like everything that you could want from a conference tournament, I think we're about to get in the SEC for sure. Shaquem, welcome in. Welcome in. Ornament Tessa. How about that? And I think Raven is limited. She was one of the worst PDs I've ever seen at SC. Henny and Ty Harris was so much better. I mean, Raven, I think, has been there so long in the spotlight, it's easy to nitpick her game. Yeah, she is limited offensively. I think that's something she can address with the jump shot. But I like what we saw today with her being more aggressive. At least, like, she was hunting for her offense today. She was aggressive today, and I like that. Like, she was in attack mode. Her basketball IQ, her court vision, though, I don't think can be overlooked. Her defensive prowess, being able to just take a point guard on the opposite team completely out of the game. Like, she's a disruptor. She's an elite rebounder for her position. Like, Raven is limited offensively, but she definitely has a lot of other areas where she's extremely efficient. And so, I got to salute her for that. And, she's just been there a while. We've seen her play a lot of basketball. The thing that her calling card has been, though, is winning. She's won a lot of games. South Carolina's won a lot of games with Raven Johnson at the point guard position. Is she the most efficient? Is she the one that you want, that you're depending on to go get you a bucket? No. But do you trust her with the ball in her hands to make the right decisions? Absolutely so. Absolutely so. I gotta say, I think it was cool too. I mean, they gave Malaysia full Wiley. Like, she was running the offense a little bit today. We saw that point guard prowess that she has. She didn't have any assists, but her making the unselfish extra passes, I think, showed a lot. Her making an effort to get the ball inside to those bigs. Like, Chloe Kitts is playing super aggressive basketball. Chloe Kitts back in her bag. She back in her comp. Like, she's playing with confidence. Her and Tina Pow definitely playing with big confidence right now, and that is bad news for the rest of the nation. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. South Carolina, though, looked confident. They were physical today. They crashed the glass. They shrunk the floor. Georgia Moore is one of the best point guards in the country. Probably the best point guard in the SEC. She's given teams all types of problems in that pick and roll. And South Carolina made things extremely, extremely difficult for her in this contest. So salute to them. And shout out to Texas too, man. I mean, they had a great season. They did beat South Carolina, gave them their only SEC loss. Like, salute to them. They handled their business. They are a really talented team. I think they're gonna definitely be in the running, probably be a 1 seed as well. I would imagine they would be a 1 seed. So salute to them, and they are a very deserving team too. And I know they took it hard not getting that 1 seed, but I mean, you still have a chance to win the tournament title, and that's the main concern. That's the main concern. But I mean, both two very deserving teams, man. Two very deserving teams on both sides. Both of them had great seasons. Texas was the addition to the SEC we thought they would be. Like, first year in the league, coming from the Big 12, and absolutely running the gauntlet pretty much, other than South Carolina. Pushing South Carolina to the limit, and definitely giving them a run. This might be a rivalry we get used to seeing for years to come, man. Texas brought a lot to the SEC this year, and they deserve their respect. They deserve their respect. And I know there's a lot of respect between their head coach, Vic Schaefer, as well as Don Staley. And, I'm expecting to see round three in the SEC tournament, if we're lucky, seeing them go at it again. But both teams were well deserving, man. Obviously, South Carolina came out on top with the coin toss, but I think both these teams were extremely dangerous. And some other teams, like, man, you look at like a Alabama, a LSU, even an Ole Miss who's going to get that seventh seed in the SEC tournament. Like, a team that hasn't seen these teams, or a Tennessee, like, could be in some trouble, man. I definitely think there could be about 3 or 4 teams that make the Sweet 16 from the SEC. I would not be surprised, man. I would not be surprised. And definitely don't sleep on LSU as well. Flau'jae Johnson out right now. Not sure exactly when they get her back, so that'll be something to watch. Let me see. Hakeem says, I thought the coin flip was rigged. I never saw both sides of the coin, but I do think SC deserved to be the number 1 seed team because they have more ranked wins and they beat Texas by more points. Exactly, and I'm right there with you, Shakim. I'm right there with you. They had the more impressive victory. They had a tougher schedule. On top of that, they had a better win today against a top 15 ranked Kentucky team. So it all lined up for South Carolina. It absolutely all lined up. I think if you consider strength of schedule, if you consider the matchup that they had today against a tougher opponent and they handle business, and then if you think about the head-to-head matchups that they split 1-1, South Carolina dogged Texas that first game. it took Texas everything they had to beat South Carolina. So yeah, I mean, if you weigh in those three factors right there, I definitely think South Carolina was the more deserving number one seed for sure, without a doubt. Theo, my guy, welcome in, welcome in. You know we had to do the B TV Sunday live stream. You already know. But yeah, I think South Carolina deserved it, man. More impressive win, more impressive head-to-head win, more impressive season finale, tougher schedule. I ain't gonna lie though, I didn't see both sides of that coin either. I'm not saying it's rigged by any means, but I get what you're saying. But I don't I didn't see both sides either. But obviously there was a Texas side. But this is big, man. This is big for them. This is big for South Carolina. Salute to them. Salute to them. Guys, if this is your first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share. Join our memberships. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it. And follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. You have just joined the best chat on YouTube, man. Much love and much respect to you guys. None of this is possible without all you great people. Thank y'all so much for locking in with me. South Carolina takes the number one seed. How about that? I do definitely think both these teams are the number one seeds, though, and they're both number one seeds in the NCAA tournament for sure, without a doubt, without a doubt. Hey, Shakim, I appreciate it, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all make this fun. Y'all definitely make this fun. I tell y'all what, for those watching, LSU and Ole Miss are in a dogfight right now. My goodness, they are in a dogfight right now. They are in a dogfight right now. My gosh. Flajay Johnson injured, not playing today for those who are wondering. But yeah, man, SEC has been a really fun league to cover this year. And it's crazy that it all came down to a coin toss. Absolutely mad. Absolutely mad, bro. Cannot believe it all came down to a coin toss today. They gotta find a better system moving forward, though. Whether it's a play-in, which would be awesome, that would be the fan vote, a play-in, or if they can't do like a wild card game, just like a play-in for the title, definitely go to points, go to strength of schedule, anything like that for sure. You are neutral. You don't take sides. You provide clarity for anyone who is struggling to get their point across. Hey, thank you, Shakim. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. I try to be, man. I do my best to be unbiased. And, some fans take that as talking trash or trashing their squads. I'm just here to tell it how it is. I just got to tell it how it is, man. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. And y'all know we are going full throttle March, April, and beyond. Thank y'all so much for the support, man. None of this is possible without you great people. And I'll do another live later. I just want to hop on real quick, man, to really just kind of get a reaction. Getting that coin toss done, talk about some of the games that have already happened. I'll have a recap for LSU as well. So y'all stay tuned. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, and join our memberships if you haven't already. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it. And also follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. Thank y'all so much for the love, the support, and just the comments, man. None of this is possible without you guys. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. I will be back live later with some predictions for tournament titles as well as award winners. So y'all stay tuned for that. That is a wrap for us. Until next time, I am Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV, your host. This is the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast, and we out.